for male less than 65 years of age, we have 1,60,000. If your income exceeds, your total income exceeds 1,60,000, then you will have to file your return of income. So that maximum amount not chargeable to tax is the first amount in the slab, 1,60,000. From 1,60,000, it is 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs to 8 lakhs, 8 lakhs and above. 3 slabs are there. So that first amount, 1,60,000, is the amount which is maximum amount not chargeable to tax. That is basic. In other words, it is basic exemption. If your income exceeds basic exemption, then you will have to file tax. But for companies and firms, this basic exemption will not apply. Even 1 rupee they earn, they will have to file the return of income. Whereas for individuals, they need not. Even 1 rupee they earn, they have to file the return of income. Remember, this filing of return is irrespective of the residential status of the assessee, whether you are an NRI or resident or not resident. That is immaterial here. We need not consider that point here. Once your total income exceeds, or a taxable income exceeds maximum income not chargeable to tax, then you will have to file your return of income. And this return of income has been can be downloadable. It is downloadable from the income tax website. For every assessees, they have a very separate return of income. And earlier there used to be paper returns, along with which you will have to file your balance sheet, your profit and loss account, all your audit reports, any proof for investment, everything you will have to make a Xerox copy. Sometimes they won't accept Xerox copy, they will have to file your original, and they will misplace it, they will ask for again original, give me one more original, and that has been dispensed with. Now everything is e-return. Everything is e-return. You can file, if you want, you can file your income tax return through internet. You can download the form, fill up the details. After completing the relevant details, then if you want to save that file, it will be saved as an XML file. That XML has to be uploaded to the income tax website. Sitting at your own desk, you can complete the formalities in 10 minutes maximum. Still, people, you can see on July 31st and 30th, there's a long queue waiting outside your income tax department, and Sarana Bhavan is making hell lot of business. I don't understand why, which can be done at the comfort of your desk. People still go there and file paper returns. And to a great extent, you cannot blame the people, because if you go to banks, they ask for your income tax return for the last 3 years. This e-return, once you file it, automatically it generates an acknowledgement immediately. The moment you file, the next minute you have that acknowledgement. You can download the acknowledgement. But that acknowledgement will not have the normal chapa or seal. The blue color smudge will not be there in the paper. But the people whom you submit your last 3 years of income tax return, bank people know, they come and ask for your, if you want loan, sir, please give me last 3 years return. You give them the e-return, they will say, sir, where is the seal, sir? Without seal, we cannot accept, sir. It will be very clearly giving you what is the e-filing acknowledgement number along with the date, but still they are not able to read it. For such people, you have to go there and get seal, but again, it is not at all required. Remember, what happens now is, since you are filing through internet, your returns cannot be said to be safe. No, anybody else can file your return. So to combat that, they have this system of signing digitally or using your digital signature to sign your return of income, because every return of income will have to be signed by the person who is making that return. For example, if I am making my return, then I will have to sign my return. If I am making your return also, you will have to sign, because you are the assessee. The assessee will have to sign, assessee or the representative will have to sign the return of income. But because of this e-return, you can sign your return of income through digital, or a digital signature is also allowed. You know how digital signature works? You apply for the TSC authority, you get a digital signature in USB. At the time of filing of return, you affix the USB into the port, then it will automatically take care of the digital. It will verify whether that USB contains the PAN of the assessee. It will compare that with PAN which you have entered in the form. Then your digital signature will be affixed in the return, and that is accepted as legally signed for the purpose of filing your income tax return. Suppose if you are a person who is not holding any digital signature, Then you take the printout of the acknowledgement form, sign it manually, and then send it by post to Bangalore Center. There is a common head office in Bangalore. For all over India, there is only one place. You have to send it by ordinary post, having 5 rupees stamp, big cover, close the cover, seal it, and then give the Bangalore address, send it to Bangalore address. If you have a digital signature, it is over the moment you sign it digitally. You get an acknowledgement also. The thing is, any number of times you can download the acknowledgement. Okay. For that, you have to download the form and fill up the relevant columns. Each and every head of income will have a separate sheet. It is basically Excel sheet. Now that we are comfortable with Excel, now each and every sheet will have certain information required. For example, first sheet will ask you about your name, your father's name, your PAN, date of birth, everything. It has even now improved. If you enter your PAN wrongly, it will state that, boss, your PAN is wrong. Suppose if you are an individual, you are entering the firm's PAN number, then it will not be accepted. All those checks are there. To a great extent, they have avoided errors in the return. A concept of defective return is out of date now. Earlier, when the person did not sign his return of income, it will be deemed to be a defective return. It will be sent back to the assessee. Within 15 days, you will have to correct that and send it back. Then only the return will be a valid return. Otherwise, it will be invalid return. A return which is not signed will be treated as invalid return. Nowadays, in e-filing, there's nothing like that, because you are filing it through online. When you have a digital signature affixed to it, then there is no question of any missing your signature there. There are specific authorities. There are a lot of people who can issue the digital signature. They have been assigned. You go and pay them 1,200 rupees. They will give you digital signature, which is valid for 2 years. For that, you will have valid proof. For example, your ID card, your ID will be verified. It could be any of the listed IDs like your voter ID or license, all those things. And it will have to be certified by a chartered accountant that you are that person. All those secured measures are undertaken to ensure that you are the person who is holding that DSC. You are a valid person holding that DSC or digital signature. Since we are filing it now through internet, there is no need for any attachment. You cannot attach anything. Unlike in MCA also, once you file your annual report, you have to scan your documents and then attach it along with your annual report. Even that now has been dispensed with. You can attach your Excel sheets. Soft copies of the financials can be attached. Even income tax, there's nothing called no attachment is required as of now. They don't require any Form 16 or Form 16A. Because what is Form 16? Form 16 is issued by the employer for having deducted the tax on your salary. Suppose your employer pays you salary, every month he will be paying you salary after deducting the tax. At the end of the year, he will give you the particulars of the salary and tax deducted. Now, what a normal salaried person will do, earlier, he used to attach the copy of the Form 16 or original of the Form 16 along with the return of income. Now, in this e-return, that thing is dispensed with. What he should do is, he should quote the number in the Form 16. Every Form 16 will have numbers, e-filing, there are ETDS return numbers. There is some common number. You will have to quote that common number, or tax account number of the person who is giving you the Form 16. For example, every person who is deducting tax, like the assessee who will have to obtain the PAN, that is a must. Without PAN, you cannot file return of income. That is called permanent account number. It's a 10-digit account number. It is a single point of verification for income tax department. If you type the PAN, you will get the entire horoscope of you with the income tax department. It's a single point. Likewise, every person who is deducting tax, they will have to get something known as tax account number, TAN. In the Form 16, they will have TAN. Enter the TAN and your PAN, they will know what all the tax deducted on behalf of you. So if you enter a TAN, they will get it linked. So TAN and PAN will be a common factor. They will call out all the data, filtering for TAN every PAN. So they'll get all the data and they verify whether TDS quoted by you is actually supported by the information they have. If it does not match, then they'll send a letter to you. Boss, you have quoted that you have a tax credit of say 1 lakh, but your company has paid only 50,000. Where is the remaining 50,000? Please pay immediately. Then you will go to the company, employer, please pay the remaining TDS. You have only deducted, not paid. Please pay. He said, no, I paid, but quoted your PAN wrongly. Instead of your PAN, I paid. I have made Siddesh PAN. All those comedy things are still happening. We'll come back to that a bit later.